Now it's time to stand for a pledge and pause. Salute the flag, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Now it's time for our pause. P. Positive attitude in all you do. A. Act responsibly in all situations. W. Work hard toward success. And S. Show respect to self and others. You may be seated.
Artemis stands ready. Ready to turn dreams into reality. Ready to return humanity to the moon and take us further than ever before. The culmination of inspiration and innovation, of Herculean efforts and steadfast collaboration, Artemis 1 is ready for departure. And the Artemis generation is about to leave its mark.
What will be a journey of more than 500,000 miles to the moon and back starts right here at Launch Complex 39 Bravo. Although this first flight will not carry a crew, it will test every system in the deep depths of space to prepare the way for future crewed missions.
When the final go is given and the teams at Kennedy Space Center release this rocket, Artemis will roar to life and we will witness the beginning of a tightly choreographed mission.
All engine 1, 2, 1, and liftoff.
The first 2.5 minutes lift Artemis off Earth and build momentum. It's another 6 minutes of pressing uphill, accelerating to orbit. This is followed by a push from the second stage to raise Orion higher.
And once all the systems are cleared to continue, the second stage will fire again and push Orion beyond the bounds of Earth. At this point, we're going to the moon. It'll take several days to reach our destination, but as we sprint across the void, many new procedures and systems will be tested and proven.
240,000 miles later, Orion will enter an oval-shaped orbit around the moon, one that will take Orion to about 60 miles above the lunar surface and then out to 40,000 miles beyond the moon. This is a distance farther than any human-rated spacecraft has ever gone before.
I'm on now. Okay. Thanks for the signal. All right. Well, today was, good morning, Plano Elementary. Today was supposed to be the launch of the Artemis 1 rocket. Unfortunately, just about an hour ago, they had to scrub the launch this morning because of an engine leak. But hopefully they'll be able to launch it again on Friday. But I wanted to show this video to you and talk about it because this is a big milestone in human exploration. Did you know it was almost 50 years ago the last time humans set foot on the moon? That was in December of 1972. But that will soon change with the Artemis missions. So today, Artemis was supposed to launch, but there were going to be no humans on board. This would be just actually, there were 3 crew members. They're mannequins. And one was called Mannequin Campus, and the other mannequins were called Helga and Zohar. And they were going to test how well that the spacecraft protected them from radiation and other perils in space. But once it launches, this spacecraft will travel 40,000 miles, which is farther than any other spacecraft that's rated for human travel has traveled. So if all goes according to plan, next year Artemis 2 will launch, and that will include human crew, and they won't land on the moon, but they will orbit the moon and return. And then if that's successful, then Artemis 3 will follow, and that is when their first humans since 1972 will land on the moon. And it's pretty cool because the crew will include a woman and a person of color, so there'll be diversity on the moon for the first time. But Artemis isn't just about going to the moon, it's about learning how to travel in space so that eventually humans will make it to Mars. And students, today and whenever Artemis does launch, it's a big time because you will probably grow up hearing about rocket launches and trips to the moon, and it might become a normal thing to you. But it is a big change. It's a big initiative for our world and our nation, and we'll be following it closely. And we also are looking forward to sending our 6th graders this year to space camp, who will get to learn more about our space program and all the cool activities that go along with it. So today I have a special guest, Josh. He's going to talk to us about Boy Scouts. So Josh, take it away.
Great. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for having me here, Principal Frazier. I'm here to talk to you guys today for just a couple minutes about Cub Scouts. So you guys should have gotten a flyer that looks like this last week to go home with you. If you didn't, we've got more here in the office today. So if you're interested after hearing what I have to say about it, you can ask your teacher or get one. But Cub Scouts is for boys and girls, kindergarten through 5th grade. And if you're older than that, you're still interested, you can join a troop as well. So just come tonight. All the details are on here. It's at Bowling Green First Church of the Nazarene at 6:30 tonight, if you guys are interested. On the back side, though, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what Cub Scouts do. So I've got my bag with me today of some Cub Scout adventures that have been had recently. So let's look and see what I've got with me. Let's see. I've got a football. We play lots of sports and games in Cub Scouts. We actually have a special night coming up soon with the Hot Rods, where if you are a Cub Scout and you go to the Hot Rods game on September 9th, when the game is over and everybody else leaves, the Cub Scouts and their friends and families, they actually get to stay, set up tents and sleeping bags on the baseball field, camp out there, eat some nice food, some hot dogs and sodas and stuff, and then watch a movie on the Jumbotron. So that's a cool sports thing that only the Cub Scouts get to do. Let's see what else we got in our bag. We've got archery and BB target. We get to shoot archeries and BB guns every now and then in Cub Scouts and learn how to do that safely. Ooh, we do a lot of crafts as well. So this is a Pinewood Derby car. It's one of our crafts that we do. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's basically where you take a block of wood and turn it into a little race car, and then you race it down this track against your friends. And if you have a cool looking car or your car is really fast, you can get trophies like that one. Or if none of that interests you, maybe you just want to sit around and tell some ghost stories around the campfire with your friends. We go camping a lot in Cub Scouts, and every time we do all this kind of stuff, you get a little patch. And you have a uniform kind of like this one, so you guys can see all these little patches on here are all an adventure that some Cub Scout got to have. So every time you get to do something, you get some kind of recognition for it like this. So if any of that stuff sounds interesting to you guys, you want to learn more about Cub Scouts, we will be at BG First Church tonight at 6:30. So I hope to see some of you guys there.
All right. Well, thanks, Josh, for coming out today. And it sounds like Cub Scouts are doing a lot of really fun activities. Last thing I want to talk about are our class awards. So starting next week, we'll be recognizing class awards. We have our Attendance Panther, and that goes to the class that has the highest attendance for the week. We have the Golden Shoe, which goes to the class that demonstrates the best hallway procedures. and the Spirit Stick for the class that goes above and beyond and follows our Plano procedures. And another fun reward is our Silver Spoon, and that's for the class that follows our expectations in the cafeteria the best. But this year there's something special with it. We will provide a special treat at lunch each month to the class that earns the most silver spoons. So make sure you're following procedures at lunch, earn those silver spoons so that we will have, you class could possibly earn a special treat. That's it for morning meeting. Have a great week, Plano. We'll see you out and about.